Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We are back again. We're talking about Oklahoma. We have two ballot measures, both unanimously passed a landslide. Well, one didn't pass, but I'm just saying Oklahomans had the same view. So let's take a look at the first ballot measure. Ballot measure 1 asks us, but specifically, if this amendment would allow so basically I'll read just the question 833, basically creating a public infrastructure districts. So basically this amendment would allow the formation of public infrastructure districts which would have the power to issue bonds of up to $10 million to fund public improvements. These districts would be created when 100% of the property owners within proposed boundaries sign a petition and file it with their municipality. You'll see majority of Oklahoma said counties voted against it. You'll see it's kind of a decisive result. You got red counties like McCurtain County going more against it, while you got other red counties like Harmon, Greer counties. They're going a little less aggressive. So it's really a matter of what do you think about this ballot measure, in other words? And ultimately, no prevailed. So if you guys are unaware, you know how districts work. We have districts for everything. An example for, well, I would say, let's just say health districts. Minnesota health districts. We can go ahead. Maybe there's you'll see right here. There's different fields of services. You'll see they're divided into different. Okay, this is just not districts. Well, technically, I think this is an example management section. So this is an example of what it would kind of look like. In other words, I think there was also firefighter policy also, but you understand what it looks like. What basically Oklahomans were asking Oklahomans. If you wanted to do that, create different districts around Oklahoma, specifically on infrastructure districts, on infrastructure and property. And majority of Oklahomans, they came out and they said no. You'll see the county that said no the most is Craig County. And now Craig's probably right up here, 74% against this ballot measure. Well, yes, mainly being fueled by, let's just say, Comanche County. Let's see, it's one of these. Yeah, Comanche right here, 53%. It was a close result in Comanche County. Although this would be the likely county, if yes were to win a county, it would be this county itself. But ultimately, Comanche County voted no, 53% against this ballot measure. To keep in mind. So that is, of course, Comanche County. Taking a look at the next ballot measure, you'll see, I would say this is the highlight of the hour. Oklahoma question 834. You'll see it's unanimous yes. It's basically saying this amendment would change the Constitution to say that only citizens can vote, instead of saying all citizens can vote. And you can imagine that if you're all citizens, you know how the left is about inclusion, right? They would definitely support this. But ultimately, you got some parts of the Democratic Party supporting the same laws, supporting their sanity, okay? They're supporting the sanity of allowing only citizens, meaning U.S. citizens, can vote in the said elections, in the said Constitution. Let's not mistake and let's not confuse the residents of Oklahoma, even non-citizens, that they can vote in this election. No, they have to be a citizen. And if they so dear wish to vote in our participate in our democratic system, then they can go and they can trying to think. Yes, they can become a naturalized citizen. They can go through the democratic process. But ultimately, most Oklahomans, we are all on the same page. We believe that you have to be a U.S. citizen in order to vote, and 80.7% of Oklahomans came out and they said yes. This is what needs to happen. And then again, there's always the skeptical taxpayer that says, "Oh, why are we paying for this?" Well, ideally, it's saying that by U.S. law, you can vote. Voting in as a non-citizen is already illegal. Well, yeah. Then again, election integrity matters to a lot of Oklahomans, and it's just making sure that people don't get any ideas thinking all citizens can vote, meaning all like people that are, for instance, that just came to the United States that aren't U.S. citizens can vote in this election. It can be confusing. This sentence here says all citizens. It seems very inclusive of involving every single person in Oklahoma. But we already know every single person in Oklahoma can't vote. We know you have to be 18 in order to vote. That is the law. And you ultimately have to be a U.S. citizen. U.S. citizen, if U.S. born, you have to be naturalized. Ultimately, you'll see clearly this election was in favor for the yes option decisively. You'll see the yes option got supports of Beaver County. Beaver County, you got a lot of counties that are in the 90% range. But ultimately, I do not know where Beaver County is. But obviously, it's over here. 93% of the popular vote supporting this based sensical ballot measure that would basically implement that only U.S. citizens can vote. 93%. Now, not by a lot. We have the most liberal county, Oklahoma County, which holds Oklahoma City, 72%. And now there are definitely woke areas in Oklahoma County, in Oklahoma City, and you'll say inner Oklahoma County, in inner Oklahoma City. It is actually very left-wing. It's very progressive. And ultimately, it puts the county up for grabs in other ways. You'll see, yes, it's pretty tossed up. Trump never got to go above 50% in the county. That's not, again, putting the county in good, let's just say, competition in the upcoming years. But ultimately, this is what it's looking like. When it comes to the requiring citizenship to vote, yes, Oklahoma County did overwhelmingly approve the ballot measure there also. 72% can't get that wrong. But there is a respectable 28% that comes from this ballot measure, and that, of course, is where the woke people are coming from. You'll see the other city of Tulsa, you'll know another city here, it's the same deal. Tulsa is the third county that it seemed to do the best in. 76% in Tulsa County, which holds Tulsa. It's an urban city. Cleveland, in between of Oklahoma and Tulsa, you'll see 74%. It is a part of that Oklahoma City metro. You'll even see some parts of Oklahoma City are in Cleveland County. But ultimately, nevertheless, 80%, double-digit amount of people voted for this ballot measure, but they failed to get 20% of the popular vote in that said ballot measure. And with that being said, that is pretty much all the ballot measures. But what do you guys think in regards to Oklahoma? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.